Ahoy and welcome to Rock the Boat, your one-stop shop for all things cruise. On this bonus episode, we're going to be talking to Kirsty all about the great kids facilities that you can find on board Norwegian Cruise Lines, that's NCL. If you want to hear the full podcast, then check it out wherever you get your podcast from. Now, on with the show.
NCL has gone on to be innovators in our market, and they've brought about a whole lot of new concepts, ideas of things that you wouldn't even think of. You know, back in the day, we actually launched with the first cruise line to launch kids clubs at sea. And people thought we were crazy for launching kids clubs at sea, but it's been brilliant because really it's a fantastic family holiday from that perspective. We were the first cruise line to bring on board Wi-Fi. We were the first cruise line to have our own private island, which is called Great Stirrup Quay. I know you and I have spoken about it before. I'm sure we'll mention it along the way. But we continue to keep innovating as we go along and bringing new features to the world of the cruise industry.
I think people take it as standard now, having kids clubs on board pretty much most of the cruise ships nowadays. And I mean, I had a look around the kids club when I went on board Getaway with you. And they're fantastic. It's a great place because I think sometimes people worry, are the kids going to be fine? They're going to have enough to do on board. I think actually be dragging them away from the kids club is probably going to be the hardest thing. You say, come on kids, we've got to go for lunch. No, I'm fine. You go off for lunch. We'll just stay in the kids club instead.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really key because you've got families with children and youths, young adults of many ages traveling on holiday with you. And, it's really key. I've got 4 children of my own, 4 teenagers. It's key that you offer a holiday experience that really caters for everybody in your party. And certainly, I know my teenage children think it's pretty uncool hanging out with me. So they like to have their own things to do. And, there are many of our clubs that are on offer are not children's clubs as such. For young children, yes, they are. But we've also got clubs that cater for youth. So they can go in there, they have their own soda machines, they've got their own drinks package, they can just help themselves to sodas. They have Xboxes, they have virtual reality games, they have all sorts going on for them. And like you say, it is most of the time like dragging them away. It's like, I always insist that my children come and eat an evening meal with me, because if I don't insist they come and eat an evening meal with me, I won't see them for most of the time because they're having such a good time on board.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, I'm not very good with heights, so I never went on the climbing thing at the back of the ship, the ropes course. I never went on that because I get a bit funny with heights and that. I'm fun on roller coasters and stuff, but I would have done it if it was a bit lower down. But I'd imagine your kids would love those kind of things. And then the water park, well, that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I managed to do the ropes course and I absolutely loved it. And my perception of what the ropes course was going to be was it was just going to be a little ropes course, but actually it wasn't. It was quite challenging. And like you say, you were quite high up. So it's really great fun. And yes, my kids would love that. And I have to say the aqua parks on board, I mean, we've got brilliant aqua parks for tiny small children. I've got great water things splashing out of them and buckets emptying on them and little tiny slides. But we've also got the most amazing water slides for young adults and larger adults as well. It's like we've got ones with the floor drops away. We have ones that you come down in an inflatable tire into a basin. There's all sorts of slides and they really are great fun.
Yeah, you wouldn't think you're on a cruise ship. If any of our listeners have been to Aquatica over in Orlando and have been on the drop one, or been to Village Nature here in Disneyland Paris and have been on the drop slide, they have 2 of those on board Getaway. And I think you got them on a couple of the other ships as well. I didn't go on them because they were actually closed when we were on board. But I think I might go on them. I don't know. I have to sort of brave it up. With water slides, I can go on roller coasters fine. But water parks, I would build up the courage, I think, to go on the water park. But the slides we went on when we were on board, they were amazing. And they weren't quick as well. Because sometimes with water slides, sometimes you go to a hotel and he says, we've got a water slide and it's like 2 meters, 3 meters long. It's over in seconds. But these were a good amount of time. And a couple of them were really quick as well, actually.
Yeah, they're good. And they're there, but if you don't want to use them, then they're not intrusive either. They're sort of out the way. So, it's fun for everybody, regardless of what you decide to do out on board.
Thank you very much for listening. Really hope you found that interesting and useful. If you want to find out more about booking your next cruise with one of our cruise experts at Rock the Boat Travel, all you need to do is just head on over to our website, which is rocktheboat.travel. That's rocktheboat, all one word, .travel, and one of our friendly cruise team will be happy to help you with your future cruise. If you also enjoyed the show, please could you leave us a rating review on Apple or wherever you get your podcast from, and remember to hit that subscribe button. Well, until the next show, thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.